Okay, so this is my earnings for 2019 with three vehicles. Um, um, so my car payment for all three vehicles with insurance, I'm roughing it out at $1,000. So as you can see, I pretty much paid almost almost $700 for three cars for the whole year, which isn't that bad. And I didn't put too much time into it. Each car I'm putting in about an hour to pretty much prep it and to deliver it, and less than that, probably 30 minutes if they're just gonna come pick it up at the home, at the house. So you can see what I did in January. Um, so I did so I lost money in January. It's 367. Of course, lost money in February, 343, and then in March, I made my 300 above what my car payments are. April, I lost 200. I lost 200, and then I lost 250, and then right there I gained another 482. Right there would have been more, but of course I lost $373, and that's because I had to cancel trips because of the I think I had like overtime or something I had to work, so I had to let it go. That's what it was. Because August and well, actually June, July, and August is my peak hours. I work of my regular job. So okay, so then September, I hit all my car notes. Then October, November, and then December. So the car that made the least amount of money was my Q70, which is the highest payment, and that's $420 a month I pay for it. So as you can see, it made $3,729, and again, I only made $138 that month. Then I just got some toll tickets that got reversed the next month, 579. So I got my car payment there. I'm off. Not that much right there. Another, just owing. Then made it, but still, you gotta think about my insurance. Right there, of course, I lost money because I could have made it more, but I don't know what happened. I can't remember, but something had to get canceled. Then 334 still. So if you look at it, it didn't do real good. I mean, barely made it. So the car that actually saved this car from being negative because it made enough profit was the Sentra. So you look at the Sentra, my car payment for the Sentra is only $200 a month. So there it made it. So that's a positive, 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 positive. So you can see it's hitting its numbers. So I highly recommend you. And that for some reason, I don't know what happened in August. I think I used the car for something. And then see, so yeah, the Sentra did real great. I mean, it did great. And then I got the Impala, and I got that I think in February. So you can see January got nothing, but February I barely put it out. I think it was towards the end of the month. So I made $75. I got rented, and then from there and then the Impala, my car payment was only $119, and then $50 for insurance. So I mean, it did great. The Impala did great. I must admit, and it was the cheapest car of all of them. I only paid $6,000 for it. So it's hitting all its car payments, and then some, which goes over to the Q7. So if in my point of view, I mean my example here, the Q70 did terrible, but it was the Impala and the Sentra that actually made up its slack. So I highly recommend if you're gonna go rent or not rent, buy a car. I will buy just an economy car. It will always be rented because if you go buy BMWs and Mercedes, it's not that it won't get rented. It will, but you're gonna probably get a lot of 1 day rentals, and I don't do that. My minimum is 3 days. The Q70, I do 5 days minimum. So I mean that maybe that's why it hurts, but I noticed, you know, people take care of the car a little bit better if they're 3 days and above. one days, I think they're just use it, abuse it, and they're gone. So I recommend just getting an economy car. Try to get as cheap as you can. That's going to be reliable. Like a little Civic. Even the Nissan Sentra did great for me. Nissan Sentra. I got the Nissan Sentra for 10 grand, and the whatchamacallit, the Impala for 6. Q70 I got it for 22. So I mean, do your numbers, and so hopefully, most likely I will get rid of the Impala, because it's coming up on the mileage. I'm already hitting 90,000 miles on it, and I'm just gonna buy like 2 little convertibles, and then the Sentra, I believe I will keep it for another 8 months, and then I'm gonna let that go. And the Q70, it really does have to go, but I really enjoy driving that car. It's so peaceful in it, and maybe I will keep it. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, the whole purpose of Turo is not to have a car payment, but that's the only one that's pretty much forcing for me to, chunk out a little money to pay for the car. But it would have if it wasn't for the Impala and the Sentra saving it. It's but from being a negative, because well, I mean, if you run the numbers, yeah, I did lose money because I lost a little bit over $500 for 3 cars. And you got to think about it. If I would have had a Mercedes or a BMW or Alfa Romero or anything that's like high maintenance, I would have been a major negative. I probably would have dished out at least 2 grand out of my pocket already by now, because I'm able to do my oil changes, and that cost me about $38 for oil change, because I do it. You go to O'Reilly or AutoZone, and they have little special deals where you get 5 quarts and an oil filter. So I mean, that saves me time, and I don't have to drive it somewhere. I just do it right here in my driveway, and I'm done. And then of course the spark plugs, I changed spark plugs. The Sentra is the only one that I needed to change the spark plugs on, because it's been driven a lot. But still, I haven't done my taxes, so I'll do a video on my taxes and see how much profit I'll get off of that. Because right now I just broke even, or actually I lost a little bit of money. And so if you're going in and thinking, okay, you know what, I'm gonna make money, I'm gonna make a big no, you're not, because you got to make your car payments and stuff. So I mean, and then insurance, and then maintenance. I was, and the Q70 was a negative for me, and it wasn't a really expensive car either, but still it became a negative. So anything over 10 grand, I think you're gonna end up hitting a negative. I don't see any big profit. So hopefully, if you're getting into Turo, buy a vehicle that's under 10 grand. And anything closer to, let's say if you're able to get your car payment under 200, then yeah, you're gonna hit your numbers, and you won't stress out about it, because it's easy. If you're doing like $30 a day, that's great. So but all mine are the Sentra and the Impala are 3 days minimum, and then the Q70 is 5 days. So if you're doing 1 day, yeah, you probably do good, but then you're working a lot. Because then that's like an extra hour of your time to rent your car out for $30, which, I mean, 1 hour is actually my work hour. Is actually my personal work hour. It's actually worth more than $30. So you're looking at more a loss. But then again, if you're the individual that works and you're not making that much, and you want to make a little money on the side to get the depreciation off your vehicles, this is great. And then you could make some money and then have a free car, and you go from there. But this is my first year learning, so I think this year it's gonna be better. I mean, I'm already pretty much in a good start, so I mean, it's already looking good compared to last year. It's already, I got something to rent it. And then so March, April, May, all that I deleted out, unavailable. So the part is people trying to rent my car out, but this is a time where work's slow for me, so I get to relax more, and I really don't want to do too much. And I changed the prices, cheaper, so that way it could be rented. And the problem is, when you drop the prices, if you don't clean out your calendar for the rest of the months, like to be unavailable, then people from January or February will see that, and they'll rent your car, but then they'll rent it in June or July when you're actually raising your prices like an extra $15, because that's the peak, and the cars are always gone. So I mean, it's so that's how I do it. But I do lock boxes right now for January, February, and after that, I'm going back to the six hours available each day for me to meet you and greet you at the airport. And that's one thing. If you're not at the airport or able to deliver at the airport, then I don't see you really gonna make that much money, because 99% are all airports for me. So, okay, well, I hope this helps you out, and maybe if you're trying to figure out, well, I want to do Turo, I mean, this is reality. I know there's people showing, oh, I made this much money, but no, I'm pretty sure that lost money. I just don't want to admit it. Pretty much, just it's just a thing. So, okay, thank you, and good luck if you end up joining Turo. Thanks.